Welcome to Astrodology, the podcast that brings you knowledge, wisdom, and principles that can help you find the peace and comfort we all seek and deserve in our lives. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Astrodology with Astrid. I hope you're well, and we entered this year with kind of a bang, and so many unbelievable and unfathomable things happened just in the month of January. Heartfelt energy has been going out to the families of the fires and the disasters in Pacific Palisades, California, and Altadena, California. And also with the recent crash of the helicopter and airplane. Unbelievable. Just when I thought we had a little bit of rain and Southern California, greater Los Angeles area was getting some relief and cleansing from the fires, we couldn't even make it to the close of the month and that crash happened. Now, in life, it is said that there are 6 degrees of separation when an event happens and occurs. And lately, with these Los Angeles area fires, it's literally like 1 degree or 0 degrees, and you know someone that's been affected. But this city is very, very resilient. Los Angeles, the greater Los Angeles area, has been through a lot. We are the city of angels, and I'm a transplant from the Midwest, but I've always, as that song goes, I've always loved LA, and I love that song. It's a resilient town, and it's beautiful to see people coming together and genuinely helping. What I'm finding is people that have lost everything are the first to say to me, "How are you doing?" before they even talk about their own situation. And it was great on the Grammys to see the fundraiser, and then just to see the beautiful city of Los Angeles highlighted. Los Angeles is a huge area and has so much diversity and options. It's really, really a great place to live. And speaking of the separation, that airplane crash with the helicopter, it just harkened me back to Kobe Bryant when his helicopter tragedy happened, also in January. Also at the last week of January, just so devastating. And again, with the 6 degrees of separation, one of my colleagues, one of the coaches was actually her ice skating coach. So that really hit home for me and really devastated me. So if you're empathetic like me, which I think during these times you can't help but be, it's really a time to allow for your feelings and to really take care of yourself. So that's why today's topic, I'm going to go in and go through a series, and something that's very near and dear to my heart is supplementation. So I'm self-professing myself as a supplemental yogi. I've been working in nutrition and studying nutrition for the last 9 months, like seriously studying. I've always studied herbalism, aromatherapy, Ayurvedic medicine, but 2024 was the year that I actually got to authentically, and I guess would say regularly, work in the industry. So going forward, a lot of the segments of my podcast will be related to wellness and supplements, and I feel so fortunate that I had a natural path. When my oldest son Austin was just a baby, he was maybe 13 years old, I saw a naturopath, Dr. Diana Schwartzbein, in Santa Barbara, California. And at that time, she really believed, and the thought still holds true, but she really believed that we could heal ourselves through food. So her first choice and remedy was to do the blood panel and then determine what kind of diet you should be on or what kind of food program you should be on. And I've carried those principles with me to this day. What really got me interested in supplementation, and I wouldn't even say wellness because I've been meditating for over 30 years and I've been practicing yoga for just as long. But the fact that Dr. Schwartzbein saw in my blood work that I was going to have Hashimoto's. Hashimoto's is a disorder of the thyroid. The thyroid creates an antibody that attacks itself, but she called that out 28 years ago, and it wasn't discovered until 8 years ago. In fact, it was actually in my blood work, but all of the Western doctors overlooked it. So when I went to my naturopath, Dr. Melissa Boucher, she found it, and I said, is this something new? And then I hearkened back to Dr. Schwartzbein calling it out, and she says, no, because I handed her 4 years worth of blood work where the doctors all said, oh, you're doing great, everything's great. She said, it's been in your blood work for 4 years. So part of the message today is I'm speaking on this because working with people every day, pretty much every day, most days, and working with nutrition, I've learned that we have to empower ourselves and take our health into our own hands. I've always been a rebel by nature. Even as a teenager, young girl, I never wanted to take aspirin or Tylenol or any kind of cough syrups or over-the-counter drugs. I was always a healthy reader. I read about so many things, so I knew there was alternative medicines and remedies out there. So I was more interested in that. So as we talk about this today, these Los Angeles fires were serious. And even if you aren't in the Los Angeles fires, what I'm going to talk about today is something that can help everybody. It can help us all on our journey to health and wholeness. So these fires in Los Angeles, because that is the purpose of today, is to clear your lungs and heal your body from these LA fires. These fires killed 29 people in total, and it is said that 16,000 structures were destroyed. 16,000 structures. And within the structures being burned, because these were old communities, Altadena and Palisades had older structures. So, the hub here is that there's so many toxins in the air, and a lot of the debris is from these lithium and iron batteries that can release toxic gases. And so the idea is no one knows how long or how many years it'll take before we really understand the full impact on our health here in Los Angeles. So even though within a week the skies appeared to be blue, there were still toxins in the air. So batteries in electrical vehicles, electric bikes, and other electronics, ignited, and they secreted dangerous gases when they were exposed to extreme heat. So the EPA is working tireless to try to get this cleaned up, but there were 13,500 properties across the two fires that they ideally want to inspect. Unfortunately, a lot of people, which I get and understand, went back to their homes without proper protection to sift through and try to find some personal artifacts. And I get it, I understand it, but not realizing that they were exposing themselves to excess lead, arsenic, asbestos, and propane. So these are the particles that were in the air. So these fires, particularly wildfires, can significantly affect your lungs because they release something called PM 2.5. And they release these fine particulate matter, and these can deeply penetrate your respiratory tract, which I experience, causing irritation, inflammation, coughing, wheezing, shortness of breath, and worsening conditions if you have something like asthma. So I was exposed to prolonged smoke, and that's why I've been a little delayed in doing the podcast, because I virtually lost my voice. My voice was gone. And just now, I still have a slight edge in my voice, but these fine particles is no joke. So before I knew it, I wasn't wearing a mask. I since wore a mask after, but as I'm recording this podcast, it is raining in Los Angeles. It's 2 days worth of rain, so hallelujah, the air is really clearing. So the respiratory irritation, because I can feel it, the lining of your airways that cause coughing, throat irritation, and discomfort. and it can take a while to get over the coughing. As I said, asthma. And it also, when your lungs are compromised and you're exposed to smoke, it can reduce lung function even if you're healthy. And inflammation, smoke can trigger ongoing and chronic inflammation in the lungs, and it could lead to a long-term health complication. Now, I saw so many people within days of the fires not being in imminent danger but still going, walking around without masks because they saw it looked clear and it looked clean. But for at least a week, I wore a mask. And then prior to that, I left town and went to San Diego to heal in the fresh ocean air down there. So these particles, I'm going to harp on the particles one last time, are larger than 1/3 of the diameter of your hair. So basically, we cannot see them. They're so small that they enter and can lodge deep into the lungs. So particle pollution can trigger heart attacks, it can trigger stroke and asthma. So I implore you to take care of your lung health. Even if you feel good and you feel like you've been okay, take good care of yourself. So in the nutrition world and the supplement world, there are main categories that we talk about: antioxidants, immunity, adaptogens, mineralization, amino acids, vitamins, minerals, and digestion. But today I'm going to talk to you about a powerful antioxidant called Glutathione and NAC. I have a list of 5 items protocols that you should use. And the idea is that you would be taking these daily, but I'm going to break them down because glutathione and NAC deserve their own segment because they're so potent. And when you think about glutathione, as you hear more about it, fires aside, everyone could benefit by taking glutathione unless you have some health concern that prevents you from doing it. So glutathione, let's talk about glutathione. Best known for repairing damaged cells in the body. And glutathione is something that we actually produce in our bodies, but as we age, it starts to diminish. But it's in every cell of the body, and it helps to prevent and slow down and reduce oxidative stress and free radicals. Oxidative stress can come from pollution, it can come from anxiety, stress, worry, and free radicals. A lot of people feel like this is a psychobabble world. We used to use this word in the beauty industry because topical creams would talk about supporting free radicals. So free radicals is sun damage, pollution, electromagnetic rays, fumes from gas, fumes from gasoline, radiation. It is said that our cell phones give us one of the biggest forms of free radicals. So our cells contain glutathione, and this substance is made from amino acids. The amino acids are cysteine, glutamate, and glycine. Cysteine, glutamate, and glycine. So glutathione is considered a very, very important antioxidant in your body, and that helps to combat these free radicals. So free radicals are small molecules that damage your body cell. So it plays an important role in many chemical reactions that go through the body, because one of the good things about glutathione is that it helps to detoxify chemicals. And our bodies can naturally create natural pollutants and chemicals, especially if we're taking over-the-counter drugs. So glutathione is a potent and powerful antioxidant. Its sister or brother or companion is something called, that the acronym is NAC, N-acetylcysteine. NAC is a form of the cysteine that is in glutathione. And NAC, this cysteine, which is an amino acid. So the idea is NAC also may help with certain drugs and chemicals. It also helps break down mucus in the body. So those of us that have been compromised with our lungs, NAC is an amazing thing to take. And some people take NAC to help with respiratory problems. So during cold and flu season, a lot of NAC is sold to people. Heart issues or other conditions, NAC has been shown to help. Now the thing is, NAC is a byproduct of glutathione. So some people believe that NAC is the precursor to glutathione. So I started taking glutathione because of my lung concerns. And then I know about NAC. So everything is searchable these days. And I search, can you take NAC and glutathione? And the answer is yes. Some people take one or the other, but the answer comes by yes, because again, NAC is a byproduct of glutathione. Along with glutamine and glycine, it helps to replenish our glutathione. So NAC helps to replenish the glutathione. And again, glutathione is a powerful antioxidant. So you can take NAC to help boost glutathione levels in your body. And some research, that I was looking at says that NAC may increase glutathione more effectively than glutathione supplements. So all in all, we are in a time where it's trial and error. We have to test and learn these things out for ourselves. Oftentimes people will ask me will this work? And I said, wow, that's a loaded question. I don't know. I have been a guinea pig for my own health journey since last year. But I always have. I've always tested out things. And the only way you're going to find out is to play around with it. So again, talking about looking at food as nutrients, some people are anti-supplementation, and I get it. But we're in this time in life, we're in a strange time in life where the way our vegetables and fruits are farmed, which give us a lot of vitamins, minerals that we need, have been compromised. So we're not getting the full benefit and quality that we used to. When Dr. Schwartzbein had me eating food for health, that was like 29 years ago when the food sources were different and were better. But before I go on about glutathione, let's talk about some foods that are high in glutathione. So without knowing it, most of these foods are common. You're already getting some glutathione and you're supporting your body. Broccoli, green peppers, oranges, apples, bananas, carrots, spinach, cauliflower, avocados, garlic, asparagus, and unprocessed meat. So we can get glutathione from the foods that we eat. Ideally, you make sure that it is organic. Now, I know avocados and I believe oranges do not have to be organic, but the rest of your fruits and vegetables should be organic, because there are things that reduce glutathione naturally in the body and that will reduce the efficacy of glutathione if you take it. Alcohol, smoking, caffeine, Tylenol, aspirin, and excess dairy will reduce the effects of glutathione. But there are certain supplements that can also boost glutathione's effect, such as curcumin. Curcumin helps with inflammation. NAC, selenium, silymarin, vitamin C, and vitamin E are said to support and boost your glutathione levels. The one thing that's really great about glutathione is that it's thought to flush toxins out of the liver. We know that the liver is the organ that flushes out toxins, but also glutathione protects your liver from continual damage. There's some studies that show that people with fatty liver disease have actually healed themselves through glutathione. So there is controversy about glutathione. The people that are fortunate or have it that way, they get glutathione intravenously. Doctors, scientists are still on the fence of whether it's productive to take glutathione in a pill or in a liquid form. I take it in a liquid form under the tongue. It's called sublingual. But I have to tell you, I work with clients every day who actually help teach me about glutathione. I always talk to people about why they're taking a supplement and how it is helping them. And that has been my greatest teacher, because people won't continue to buy a product over and over and over again if it's not working. So glutathione, I feel like you're going from 0 to a pill or 0 to liquid, you're going to see some effects, whether you're able to do it intravenous or not. But I honestly believe the research is coming through so strong, and we're in a beautiful time where science is meeting nature. Like, these labs are actually working with scientists and farmers and figuring out these things. So we're in a very beautiful high time of supplementation where finally science is connecting with nature. So is it, what is the word, safe to take glutathione every day? Most people it is. Again, consult with your doctor, get your blood work done. But on average, people take between 250 to 1,000 milligrams a day. Some research says that taking glutathione orally, whether pill or liquid, because whenever you take any kind of supplement, what happens is, unless it's in liposomal, so liposomal is the new baby that protects the supplement, the vitamin or the mineral. So as we take anything we take, our stomachs do its job, and the stomach acids get to work in churning it up. So the theory is, when you take a supplement, it goes into the body, and before the good nutrients can be absorbed, your stomach acids tear it apart. So getting a liposomal glutathione is ideal. So your body can also absorb it. I've always been taught that sublingual is when you put the tablets or the liquid under the tongue. This dissolves under your tongue. So the idea is, before it can get down to the stomach, it's already absorbed through the glandular system. I've even heard of glutathione being taken through inhalation or in an injection. So then the takeaway today is there is support and help. You should always check with your medical profession. But again, like I said, we're in a high time where people are becoming their own best healers. As my friend Kati and I believe, we are our own best healers. So even when I've had a naturopath, that's what I love about a naturopath, is that they work with the whole body and the whole person. So you are true partners in your health journey. Where in Western doctors, you get a 15-minute appointment, they're in, they're out, and then they're on to the next client. Where a naturopath, you're probably going to have a 45-minute to an hour discussion, and keyword is discussion about it. But glutathione, do your own research, look it up, is an important antioxidant that can help protect your body from even a variety of diseases. So you can get glutathione again in your foods, you can get it through your supplements. But again, it's good to talk to your doctor before starting anything. And in closing, glutathione and NAC, look these two up, NAC and glutathione. Again, these powerful antioxidants are known for repairing cells in your body, and they also help to ward off neurological diseases, liver disease. They can help certain heart conditions, autoimmune disorders, especially respiratory diseases. And, there are other lists. Again, if you look it up, you'll see that there are other health concerns that have been aided and assisted by glutathione and NAC. So I hope this information has been very, very helpful. The main thing I want to emphasize, if you live in the greater Los Angeles area and you are anywhere near Calabasas, the North Valley, Malibu, Pacific Palisades, or the Eaton fires, and you were anywhere near the smoke in Los Angeles, that you please look into taking care of your lung health. We can heal ourselves, and the idea is to get on it now before things fester and get out of hand. One of my clients, her husband is a physician, and her husband's physician friend said that these 5 things will help. So glutathione, NAC, vitamin C, omegas, and flaxseed. So I will go into detail about the other things on the list. So today was about glutathione and NAC, because these are going to be potent antioxidants to help us heal our lungs. Because as I started the conversation with, no one knows the long-term effects of how all of the pollutants and toxins are going to shake out for us, for our health. But what I do know is, if we start today and you start on the protocols now, because the natural state of the body is health. The natural state of the body is health. And our bodies continually, on a daily, hourly, minute-by-minute basis, is always trying to heal itself. So let's partner with our bodies and look into supplementing and eating the foods so that we can get to the other side of this whole journey that we've been on with these LA fires. I'm sending out prayers every single day. Prayers, high thoughts, good energy. And I thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Astrodology with Astrid. Again, I'm not a nutritionist, but I work in the nutrition world, and I love being able to share these thoughts of wellness. I guess it goes back to when I started teaching yoga. It is now 25 years ago. Maya Angelou was very significant in my life, and she said, when you get, give. When you learn, teach. I leave you with that today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you listen to a next episode. Please follow me. Please share. I'm trying to build a podcast. I really appreciate your feedback. And if there's ever a topic or ideas that you want me to talk about in the podcast, please let me know, because this space is all about wellness, spirituality, and the whole person. Namaste, everybody. Thank you for listening to Astrodology. If you enjoyed this episode and would like to help support the podcast, please hit the subscribe button and tell your friends about it by sharing this program on social media. You can also follow me on Instagram at Coda Life Goddess or at CodaLife.com. Coda is C-O-T-A, Coda Life Goddess or CodaLife.com. Thank you again for listening to Astrodology, and I'll see you next time.